Hello, good day to you. Welcome. It's travel news here and some interesting news from the various airlines. So first up we have Emirates Air. The story was in the Telegraph and it details the return of long-haul flights to Emirates. This is an article that was out on the 4th of June. I know that a lot of people are going to Thailand will travel with Emirates. Emirates and Etihad Airways have paved the way for a return to long-haul travel as the UAE lifts its suspension on flights transiting in the country. It was lifted for all UAE carriers last night, 2 months after the Arab state halted all passenger flights during the pandemic. Emirates, one of the world's biggest long-haul carriers, said on Thursday that it would resume flights to 29 destinations across Europe, Asia and North America by the coming Monday, June the 15th. And this will include services from London Heathrow as of June 11th and Manchester Airport as of June the 15th. Abu Dhabi carriers Etihad said that it will carry transit passengers to 20 cities in Europe, Asia and Australia as of June the 10th. British holidaymakers, and indeed all foreign citizens, are still banned from entering the UAE unless they hold residency. This means British holidaymakers can theoretically book themselves onto a long-haul flight via a connection in Dubai, providing they meet immigration requirements of the destination country. However, the news offers little in the way of a practical step forward for British people. As it stands, anyone arriving into the UK, including returning holidaymakers, after June the 8th will be subject to a 14-day quarantine, and the FCO advises against all but essential travel. And bear in mind that if you do travel against the FCO advice, you may find that your insurance, your travel insurance, is invalid. So please check that before you fly. And the other news that we have today is in Bangkok Post, and it was on the 5th of June. This is more help for Thai Airways. The government panel is stepping up to help debt-ridden Thai Airs pass any regulatory and contractual hurdles ahead of the national carrier's planned debt rehabilitation, according to the Director General of the State Enterprise Policy Office, SEPO. A state-appointed committee following up on the airline's rehabilitation, headed by Deputy Prime Minister and Mr. Prapas sitting as a member, will arrange the help, he said. The troubled airline turned to the government because it has many contracts with trading partners and legal obligations that can only be resolved with the state's help. Thai Air needs to stay in business to generate revenue and pay off 244.9 billion baht of outstanding debt. The airline will address the court and try to convince creditors the plan will work. The airline specifically needs the government's help in reallocating slots for its flights. The Transport Ministry will have a say on what could be done in this area, Mr. Prapas said. Mr. Prapas said that Foreign Affairs Ministry will notify the authorities in countries where Thai provides services about the airline's plans before the bankruptcy court. This will prevent Thai's aircraft from being impounded by overseas creditors. Currently, 31 of its aircraft are on financing leases and another 39 are on operating leases. The panel will take up the issues with the Foreign Affairs Ministry, which will appeal to foreign countries where Thai is present to help prevent its aircraft being seized. In other related news, Thai Air police have launched an investigation into allegations of discrepancies into Thai Air ticket sales last year, according to an unnamed source. The average fare price per passenger was 6,081 baht, which was significantly lower and not consistent with the rates charged to customers, the source said. Thai's revenue last year slumped from the previous year, which raises questions given a high average cabin factor than the previous year at 80%, the source said. A team led by a former Metropolitan Police Bureau Commissioner. The team will conclude its inquiry in August. The same month, the CBC is scheduled to decide on Thai's rehabilitation plan. And there we go, that's the travel news. 2 flights there to Emirates and Etihad, and of course Thai Air, the struggling national airline with whom I do have a ticket for August. Still waiting to hear if we're going to be allowed to fly, which I very much doubt, or whether I'm going to have to get a refund and rearrange my flight. Anyway, have a good day. That's it for today. Bye for now. This is a quick video just to tell you about this button, the join button. You may not have noticed it, but it is now on the front page, right next to the subscribe button. So if you're not subscribed, then I would appreciate you doing that. But if you are, so of course you could take it one step further by becoming a member. And it's a very good system. It's integrated into YouTube, so everything in there. But essentially, it's just like Patreon. And if you become a member, you have certain benefits that you can, benefit from. You've got some benefits that you can benefit from. What can you get? Well, you get priority viewing, you get members only stuff, you get some discount on merchandise, and of course if you are lucky you may even get some free stuff as well for being a member. So it's very easy to do. Just click the button and fill in all the details, and of course you'll become one of a select few. Now, I want to just reiterate for anybody who's thinking I can't watch videos anymore, I have to pay. No, everything remains free. And of course, there is no compulsion for you to do that. If you don't want to, or you cannot afford it, it doesn't matter, because everything remains free. Obviously not the benefits though, because they're not free.